Roy, when it comes to West Ham, we're talking about one of the most coveted English footballers and an acceptance that Declan Rice will leave West Ham in the summer, maybe for Chelsea, maybe Arsenal, maybe here, maybe this is an audition. What do you see for Rice in terms of the future for him?
Well, obviously he's got to focus on doing well for West Ham between now and the rest of the season. I don't think he's been great this season. I really don't. I think he's not really kicked on. You know, for all the talk about him, a lot of good PR coming out of West Ham, how much he's worth. I think he needs to do a lot more. Doesn't score obviously enough goals, doesn't get enough assists.
Wow.
Do you disagree? That's good. I hope you disagree with me, yeah, because I think I know what I'm talking about. I played it in midfield, but he needs to do a lot more. And it's see what he's like now tonight. You know,
is it his all? Does he need to do more in every aspect of his game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And listen, I've been a fan of him. He turns up every week. He's always fit. But I just want a bit more from him. If there's talk of him, he's going to be leaving for big money and going to one of the bigger clubs. You're going to be competing for trophies, obviously, and playing in Champions League. He needs to do a lot more. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to look at him closely tonight and say, listen, you got to turn up. Sometimes I see him in games at West Ham. I'm not saying he's playing badly, but sometimes he's just going through the motions, sidewards, backwards, picking the easy option. He needs to do a lot more, I think, to match some of the other top midfielders in the country.
Does that wow mean you disagree with Roy?
Well, I think it's a bit harsh. I think that, you know, coming off the World Cup, I thought he had a pretty good World Cup. I feel that the team he's playing in, yes, you know what I mean, they're not playing great. But I think when you look at what he's doing from that sixth position, trying to get forward, no real strikers scoring goals consistently. And of course, him being a focal point, he's going to get a lot of attention in that respect. But I do feel like he is ready to go to that next level, because I think he is one of our best.
But something's right. I think it's easier to play well in a bad team.
You think?
To me, he doesn't stand out in a bad team, which is a bit of a worry.
I think what Roy said about he's got to concentrate from now to the end. Every time I talk about Declan Rice, it's his future.
Yes.
West Ham are in the FA Cup. West Ham are in the Conference League. He's the captain of the club. I think for Declan, we just want to just put it all to bed and sort it out in the summer. Listen, he's got a year left on his contract. It will have to be talked about at some point.
Do you think it's distracting him? Do you think it's taking away from his play then? All this talk of his
I don't
future?
necessarily think it's distracting, because for footballers, when you're on the pitches, that's your solace. That's when you can just do your thing and calm down. But I think because he's such a pivotal. He's in West Ham. He's the poster boy. So he just needs to concentrate and focus. And this is a massive game. Like I think tonight, this is the game you want to play in. If you're Declan Rice, you want to come here and you want to drive this team and try and compete against one of the top sides in Europe at the moment.
And this is a good night for West Ham. I think potentially Man United have made a lot of changes, 6 changes, particularly defensively. So I think West Ham should be encouraged to come here and show that, for all their talk about they should be doing better this season, what an opportunity tonight to go and take on Man United.